vlog I'm going to show you how to do these nails, and I absolutely love these nails. They are just so fun and I really like them. So I'm going to show you how to do these. Now all you're going to need for this look is 2 contrasting nail polishes. Now they can be from the same family, so you could have light blue and dark blue, or you can have something completely different. So I'm using this one by Model's Own, which is called Mystic Mauve, and it's this really pretty metallic-y, lilac-y colour. And then I'm using Nails Inc Motcombe Street, which is a dark navy. Then all you're going to need is a pair of scissors, preferably sharp ones, and some tape, any sort of tape. I'm just using brown tape today because it's the first thing that I grabbed hold of. Now the thing I would suggest that you do before you start your manicure is cut up your tape. I've already cut some up, which is all here. Mine's sat there waiting. I'm going to show you the quickest way to do it. Cut a piece of tape off, take your scissors and just cut a little slit in the bottom, like that. And then say if you're trying to cut all the way up the tape, if you just very gently rip this off, it will create a strip. Now obviously this one's a little bit thick, but if you cut it thinner, then you'll get thinner strips. And I would recommend doing a lot of these before your manicure because it will just save you some time. So I've already applied 2 coats of polish. I'm using a nail tip because obviously mine are already done. I've already applied 2 coats of this polish and I've allowed it to fully dry. Now that is the main key to this look. You have to allow the polish to fully dry underneath, otherwise this look won't work, because when you pull the tape off, it'll pull this polish off as well. So then all you need to do is take your strips of tape and just place them wherever you want on the nail. Now I've got some of all different sizes, so I'm just laying them all over the nail. This is all I did on mine yesterday. And the great thing about this is you don't have to be brilliant at nail art to be able to do this look, because it's so easy. And the other great thing is that you don't have to worry about getting all your nails the same. Some nail art looks require you to get your nails to look the same, whereas this one doesn't. Now you can put as few or as many pieces of tape on as you want. Now because this is a long nail tip, I'm going to put a lot of pieces on. And then when you're happy with your placement like this, make sure it's all pressed down really well. And then you want to take your second colour. You preferably want a colour that will give you a good coat in one layer, but it doesn't matter if not. I did 2 layers on mine last night. And you want to put this over the whole nail, over everything. Put it over the tape, everything. This look will suit long nails, short nails, anything. It really doesn't matter. So that'll do for that. Then you want to just let it sit for a couple of seconds just to allow the polish to sort of level itself out. And you may want to get hold of some tweezers as well, because I did find yesterday that I had a bit of trouble getting the tape off of some of my nails, so I did actually have to use tweezers. I mean obviously on a tip it's different, but on your own nails it can be quite tricky. And then all you want to do when you've let it sit for a few seconds, you want to very gently start taking the tape off. And the key is to try and take it off in the order that you put it on, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to show you. You just get hold of a piece of tape and you just very gently start to pull it off like this. Now if you come up to a piece that is stuck over the top, then just let that piece go and move on to your next one. And that's all you do. You just start lifting all your tape off really gently, and then putting it sort of to one side, and this will leave you with the really cool pattern underneath. And the great thing about this as well is there's so many colour combinations you can do. I mean, you could even do an ombre effect underneath, you could do a rainbow effect underneath, and then when you start pulling the tape off, it'll all just show through and it will look amazing. I think that's all of the tape. Yep. So that's all of it. So that is then your effect that you are left with, and I just think it just looks amazing. I really, really like it. I'll show you it on my nails again. Mine are just grey and pink. That's how you create this look anyway. It's really, really easy. I'd love to see, if you try this design, I'd love to see it on my Facebook page. So if you do decide to try this design, stick it on my Facebook page so that I can have a look at your colour combinations and what you've managed to do. So thanks for watching, guys. Here with my Hello Kitty blanket on. So now I'm going to sit here with my Hello Kitty blanket on because it's really, really cold. But yeah, I've really gone off topic talking about spag bowl. So I've had my dinner. Imi slept really, really well last night, and she's been to school, so I'm hoping that she's not going to have a nap. She would have been tired by now if she was going to have a nap, and she's not, so I'm hoping that I can get her to bed.
I'm going to see Mum.
I'm hoping I can get her to bed at a decent time because I really want to have a bath tonight. I want to have a nice, warm, lush bath. What's that?
It's a dress.
It's like a little dress. I want to have a lush bath tonight. I might use one of my wands. Do you mind? Yeah, I'm going to use one of my wands tonight. If I can get this one in bed. So tell me a secret. Oh, thank you. Tell me a secret. Really? What are we today? We're the 10th today, aren't we? So we're already on day 10 in January, and so far, touch wood, I haven't missed a day. I'm really excited. Normally by now I've missed at least, or I didn't feel well, or I ran out of time. But even on the night I did my candle party, I still uploaded, and I'm pretty sure it went on before midnight. So I'm very happy with myself so far. It's a good start to the new year. I have a bit of a question for you guys. Something weird's going on with my bank at the moment. My banking seems to be happening at night, and I don't know why. It never has before. Like, I put a check in last Friday, and it cleared this week. It cleared Tuesday. But it didn't. I checked my bank Tuesday morning and it hadn't gone in, and I checked it Tuesday afternoon and it still hadn't gone in, and then by random chance I checked it about 9:30 Tuesday night and it had gone in, and I was like, okay. And then another thing that happened is Mark was been waiting for a refund from PC World, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But basically, that went in yesterday, but it went in yesterday evening at like 8:30, and I've never experienced that before. I've always had my banking happen either very, very early hours of the morning, like say 1 or 2 in the morning, that's when my wages will normally go in, or actual transactions, I'll sort of look on my bank in the morning and it will be done. I've never experienced it where it's done it at night before, so it's very strange. I'm with Barclays, if that helps, but I've never ever, that's very strange. PC World, oh, avoid PC World. PC World are useless. Mark placed an order for some components for the PC, which we're now not getting. We're going to have to get them at some point. He placed the order. Yeah, he placed an order for these 3 components from PC World. Cost him £110. He had to do it online because for some reason in store they don't sell processors anymore. They sell everything else. You can buy your RAM chips and everything, but you can't buy a processor, which is really bizarre. But anyway, so he placed his order. He placed it on the 21st of December, which, fair enough, that was the last posting day, so he knew he wouldn't get it before Christmas, but that was fine. They took the order, they took the money, it all went through. I think on the 22nd he had an email saying that it had been dispatched, but because it was coming via Royal Mail, it wouldn't arrive until after Christmas. We thought, well, that's fine. So we waited. It got to Christmas Day, and obviously we weren't expecting anything. Boxing Day came. I placed my Lush order. 2 days later, my Lush order turned up on the 28th. Mark still hadn't turned up, and it had been 7 days. So he rang them, and they said, oh yes, it's all sorted, it's on its way, blah blah blah. He then received an email from them a couple of days later saying that wasn't coming. It had been postponed. It was still at the depot. So he rang them again and he said, look, why did you send me an email the day after saying that it had been dispatched, and now you've sent me one saying that it never did get dispatched? Oh, we're very sorry, it's all automated, blah, blah, blah. Cut a long story short, they messed him about that much that we had to end up getting a refund. And he said to them, can I just get my money back? Oh, well, we can't get your money back until the item has been delivered to you. You have to wait for it to get delivered to you, and you have to refuse the delivery, and it will then get sent back to us, and then we can process your refund. So it could take another 7 to 10 days because of all the backwards and forwards work. So we were like, oh, for goodness sake, but we had to accept it. There was nothing else we can do. But we then find out that it had gone back to the depot without even turning up here, and that they'd then processed the refund, and then 3 days later, after they told us the refund had been processed, it actually went into our account. So we got it yesterday. But yesterday was the 9th of January, so from the 21st of December, it took like nearly 3 weeks to get this money back. And I understand that we've had Christmas and we've had New Year, I do understand that, but the bit that pissed me off is the fact that they first told us it had been dispatched when it hadn't, then they told us it had been dispatched again and it hadn't, then they told us that we had to wait for it to be delivered to then send it back to get our refund, and it never even got delivered. So I don't think it ever left the depot at all. I don't understand, but people will probably sit there and say, oh, well, you placed it on the 21st, there was no postage after that. Fair enough, but if it was going to be a problem, then they shouldn't have processed the order. They shouldn't have, the website should have not allowed us to place the order, or we should not have received an email the next day stating that the item had been dispatched when it hadn't. It was just lies. So, as a result, we will never be shopping with PC World or Currys again, because Currys is now it's like all combined with PC World, isn't it? But never be using them again. It's mental to me why you can't buy a processor in PC World. And the other thing that annoyed us is we went to there's a big PC World in Peterborough, we went there, and he couldn't find processors, so he asked a guy on one of the counters, and he had a PC World top on. He didn't have a Currys top on, he had PC World on. Because you've got two shops, but they wear different uniforms. But anyway, and he said to the guy, do you sell processors? I can't find them. Oh, yes, we do. They're all behind the counter. So he queued up, went to the counter. This is 4 days before Christmas, bearing in mind, so it was busy. I had Immy in the pushchair with me. And then they were like, oh no, we don't sell processors in here, you have to get them online. So it's kind of like, why is one member of staff telling us that you do sell them and then you're telling us that you don't? It's ridiculous, and I do find this in a lot of shops nowadays, and with companies in general, there's no communication between the staff. Some staff seem to know one thing and some staff know another, and it happens where I work as well, and it just really does my head in that people aren't given the same information. It's like if you ring, I don't know, if you ring O2, for example, like I'm with O2, I could talk to...
You have some.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's yummy. I could talk to 5 people in 1 hour on O2, and I can guarantee that 4 out of 5 of them will tell me different information, because nobody tells you the same thing. And we have had this before. I've had it with them, I've had it with HMRC, which is, if you don't know, it's who you have to ring up if you have tax credits, that sort of thing. I've had different information from people there. It just drives you mad that you get different members of staff telling you different things. You don't know which one to believe because they all tell you different stuff. It's like, well, who's right? Who's telling the truth? And as a consumer, we don't seem to have any rights anymore. They say that consumers have rights, but they don't. I had an incident the other day in Superdrug where I got refused I didn't. I got refused the price of something. If you've been in Superdrug recently, they have all their reduced stock on shelves. So they'll have a whole shelf and it'll just have this yellow POS in front of it, which stands for point of sale. And it'll say reduced 99p, reduced 149, whatever. And then they just put all the products on it. They don't have labels on or anything. Well, I was looking at their shelves and I got another bottle of my Clean and Clear cleansing stuff because that was on 99p. And they had some big tubes of toothpaste, like the pump ones. And they were on the shelf for $1.49. There was 2 on there, it wasn't just one. So I thought, oh, I'll have one of them because I needed some toothpaste. Took it to the till, it scanned through at £3.09. I was being served by some like 15-year-old girl. Didn't look like she knew what she was doing. Didn't look like she knew what day it was. So I said to her, oh, well, I've just seen that on the shelf at $1.49. So she had to call her manager. Her manager came out, had a right strop on, was like, oh, what, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. So I explained it all to her. She went and looked on the shelf, couldn't see the second bottle. I then had to come out of the queue to show her the second bottle on the shelf, and she said, oh, someone's just dumped them on there. I said, yes, but as a customer, I've picked that up off of that shelf, and it says $1.49, so you have to sell it to me for that price. No, I don't. I don't have to sell it for that price. And her answer to this was, because it didn't have a little label saying what the toothpaste was and the price of $1.49, she didn't have to do anything. And I said to her, look, I'm not trying to cause trouble, but I work in a shop. I understand mistakes happen. I understand customers do put stuff down in the wrong places. But I know it is policy that if you have a product with the wrong price in front of it, you have to sell it for that price. I don't have to do anything. There's no label to say that it's £1.49. I don't have to do anything. So I was already pissed off, and then this stupid 15-year-old who was serving me, she went, so do you want the toothpaste? And I was like, no, I don't want the tooth. I felt like telling her to shove it up her ass, but I thought, no, it's not her fault. She's not the one who's caused this. And I would have just walked out, but I needed nail glue, and that's why I was in there in the first place. And I thought, I can't be bothered to go to Boots. I'm just going to have to get my stuff. And it's really put me off using our Superdrug. I love Superdrug as a company and their value and everything. I just don't like the staff in the one where I work, and there's a lot of people who I used to know who worked in Superdrug because their shop is next door to ours pretty much, and they've all left. All the regular workers have left because they don't like the new boss. Well, that's not saying much, is it, if all your staff have left? But no, I just feel like as consumers we don't seem to have any rights anymore. And it really annoys me that some shops honour it and others don't, and I don't see how that's fair. Fair enough, some customer obviously had just dumped them on there and thought, oh, I can't be bothered, I don't want them now. But that's not the point. I picked it up off that shelf. They should have just, as a one-off, sold it to me for that price. I mean, it was only going to be a difference of, say, another $1.53 or something like that. I don't see what the problem would have been, but they chose to pretty much tell the customer that they were wrong, anger the customer, and lose themselves a customer in the process, and that's not the way to do it. The best thing is, even if it is wrong, just put it through what the customer says, and then they will still continue to shop there and come back. Because if you've got a shop and you've got no customers, then you're going to lose your business. So I've worked in shops since I was 15. So 12 years I've been working in shops, and I know there's people out there who have worked for a hell of a lot longer than what I have, but I know how shops work. I know that you're supposed to always say that the customer is right. Sometimes there are extreme circumstances where the customer is not right, but most of the time they are. So, one last little thing. I've just read one of my comments on my January vlog day 9 from Brunette49 Makeup. You know who you are. Saying, can I do the cup song? And I read the comment, I was like, what? Never heard of it. YouTubed it, and I was just like, you want me to do that? Are you like joking? But challenge accepted, and I will be doing the cup song. I just don't know when. Oh my god, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I didn't up until 10 minutes ago. YouTube it. YouTube the cup song, and there is loads of people who have covered it, and it looks really hard. So I've got to learn the song, and then I've got to learn the cup bit, and then see where it goes. Oh my god, I have to tell you guys about my cakes.
I'm having my chocolate.
Emmy's eating some chocolate. I decided I wanted to make some cakes because I made some egg mayo, well, egg salad cream sandwich filler today. and I thought, I'm really in a baking mood or a cooking mood, I'm going to make some cakes. So normally I use like a Tesco Value mix, like cake mix, but I haven't got any in, so I thought, well, I've got all the ingredients, I'm going to make it from scratch. And oh my god, they are so good. I haven't even like decorated them yet, but all I'm doing at the moment, I had some which were really misshaped and massive because I only had muffin cases, so I'm just mixing these with some Betty Crocker, and I'm going to make these into cake pops. But oh my god, now I don't have any scales in my house. I used to have some Weight Watchers ones, but Immy broke them. No, I'm staring. You go play. Go play, please. So I thought, well, cake is pretty much all equal amount of ingredients. So I used 2 cups of caster sugar, 2 cups of self-raising flour, then I used 4 eggs, a bit of water, and a whole, I think it was 200 grams of butter. And oh my god, they're very, very naughty, I know, but they're mainly for Mark and Immy, to be fair. I just like to bake treats for Immy. But oh my god, they taste so good. Because of the amount of butter, they just taste really rich and buttery, and oh. I haven't tried them cold because I've literally just took them out of the oven, and because I broke all these up, I tried a little bit, and they're so good. They're not too sweet, but they're just, oh, they are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, if I can get this bit out, because this bit's not got chocolate on it. You can kind of, like, look, it's just gorgeous, and they're just, I really wish you guys could taste it. They taste absolutely amazing. But, yeah, I literally, like I said, I just used one of Immy's little plastic cups. I just used 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 4 eggs, 200 grams of butter, and a bit of water. So delicious. Oh my god, they are so good. Absolutely amazing. I'm so impressed with myself right now. So I've got 12 cupcakes sat out there, but they're like big. They're in muffin cases, so they're quite big. They're all going to get decorated. Like, we're going to put Betty Crocker on top of them, and I've got some little marshmallows and little mini fingers and stuff. So we'll decorate those a bit later. And then these ones, like I said, are going to be made into cake pops. Now, I have told you how to do this before, but being as I'm sat here stirring it, I'll tell you. This was about 6 cupcakes, well, 6 like muffin-sized cupcakes, all broken up with a big spoon of Betty Crocker fudge, you know, like the fudge icing stuff. You don't have to use that. You can use jam or something. It's anything just to bind your cake together. That's all you do. And I'm just stirring it all in. And then what you do is you just grab some of the mixture. I mean, this is still hot, so it's very crumbly, but when this is cooled down, you just grab some of the mixture and you just mould it into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just like a ball like this, and then you'll put these in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then when they're done, I mean, look, you can see the amount of butter because my hands are glistening. When they're done, you then coat them in whatever you want. So I normally just dip mine in chocolate. But, oh, and then you put them back in the fridge until the chocolate's set, and you can do whatever you want. So, like, you could roll them in chocolate, and then you could put sprinkles on them, or, I mean, there are ways of making Hello Kitty ones. So if you wanted to make Hello Kitty cake pops, you would just take 2 chocolate drops, you know, the little, like, little chocolate drops that you can buy in bags. You just take 2 of them and stick them onto the rounded cake pop, and then cover the whole thing in white chocolate, and then you can draw the features on, and that'll make Hello Kitty cake pops. But I haven't got any white chocolate, and I haven't got any chocolate drops, so I can't show you how to do that today. But if I think on, when I get paid, I'll get some, and I'll make some Hello Kitty cake pops to show you. But this is about ready now, so I'm just going to let this cool down a little bit more, and then I'm going to make them into balls and make them into cake pops. But I just wanted to talk about my recipe. That'll be it for my vlog today, because I rambled on before for like 20 minutes about random stuff. I like started talking about something and ended up talking about something completely different. So yes, that is my vlog today. I hope that you enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. I've had a few more new subscribers, so thank you to all my new subscribers. I've still got plenty of stuff left on the blog sale if you want to have a look. If you just click on the Facebook page, then it will be on there and you'll see it. I've already had one person buy some stuff and she's got her stuff now and very happy with it. So take a look, look for some bargains, and hopefully you'll find something you like. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and thank you for your continued support, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.